So the time has finally come. Pokemon Horizons has begun its run in Japan. I have mixed feelings on the matter. On one hand, it's not the disaster I was worried about it being, but on the other, I don't have the same enthusiasm for it also that others do at this stage. I think the best way to explain why we talk about the first few episodes of this new era, there will be spoilers if you care. Also try not to mention you know who as much as possible and see how this works as both its own thing and as an adaptation of the games. So, let's open this up and get started. Having seen the first three episodes, the most recent loosely translating to, I'm sure, is on the with Sprigatito, who there really isn't that much different from the previous incarnation apart from the new leads. I think it's alright. If others think more highly of it than I do, I'm not going to try and stop them, but it's not doing a whole lot for me right now. May check that out the next couple episodes just to be safe, but I think I need a break the first time it's advanced generation nearly 20 years ago. I'm just kind of surprised I aren't using Julie and Juliana, or looking characters, even making Paldea the main setting. I also want to make clear I'm not against reboots, nor am I against the idea of alternating characters and franchises. It's just the way this one's been set up isn't exactly what I had in mind, especially coming out off both Sun and Moon and Journeys. I will admit I do not bear the new cast or the fans any ill will, even if they personally don't do anything for me. That's not to say that there isn't room for improvement or anything of value. The animation and music are quite good, and keeping the dual protagonist Glovetron adventure premise of Journeys, those are appreciated. All the same, I hope they flesh out the leads more as time goes on. I found Liko less reserved and more needlessly pessimistic. I certainly hope the inner monologue stop before long. Honestly, there's a moment where she realizes she's a heroine and I slapped my forehead in disbelief. And maybe you find a degree of doubt in a character when it makes sense, but even though I have concerns about rising Volt tacklers as well, I would have preferred them as leads if you know who, or characters from the games weren't an option. Only do I know more about Rico and Roy's trinkets than I do about them. I actually know less about their characters than I do about any previous incarnation of the franchise at the same point. I'm not as convinced as others about the characters at this stage, nor do I feel the same way about characterization as a whole. That said, part of me is hoping more can be done even if we're in uncharted waters for the early franchise right now. What surprised me the most is that all trepidation aside, this actually works fine as alternate continuity or alternate universe in the previous seasons. Why the people in charge didn't just come right out and say so is beyond me. The success of Pokemon Detective Pikachu, the live-action Sonic movies, and the recent animated Super Mario reboot have proven you can honor the legacy of source material and make a satisfying adaptation on its own merit. It is possible. Though it can go in any direction from here, part of me hopes that this new season will find its groove over time. However, given how it's not the only piece of content we're getting in the near future, I'm personally more interested in stop motion Pokemon Concierge and finding Detective Pikachu 2. It's admittedly got its work cut out for it. I will still not be formally reviewing any of Horizon until it gets the English dub, depending on what happens next. That will be all for now. Take care.